I'm your host, Davida Shinsky, and you're listening to Live Without Limits Dreams Come True with the Right Mindset. And today's presentation is titled 15 Things Mentally Strong People Do When the Going Gets Tough. Life comes with inevitable change. Sometimes it's easy and nice, other times it's hard and painful. But whether we consider them good or bad is all up to us. True, some of these ups and downs may be stressful and add pressure to our lives, but it is always up to us to face them. And considering that a lot of our response to these hurdles is based on how mentally prepared we are, the quality of being mentally strong ceases to be another fancy word or cool thing to have, but a crucial survival tool. Not only are mentally strong people able to jump on opportunities and make the best of them, but they are also able to take the problems, obstacles, pressure that life throws at them and turn them into lessons and opportunities to grow from. It all seems like a superpower when you talk about this in this way. One is even tempted to wonder if these people are superhumans or make a different stuff than the rest of us. But the truth is that mentally strong people aren't very much different than the rest of us. They can become mentally strong, and so can you. You have just the need to know what they do, especially when the going gets tough. Then train yourself to do these things. So, the 15 things that mentally strong people do when the going gets tough. How do I go through tough times by being mentally strong? Life serves everyone lessons. So below is how mentally strong people turn those into lemonade. They detach themselves from the situation. When unfortunate events occur, they do not allow themselves to spiral into self pity and depression. They don't waste time wallowing and wondering why the whole universe has decided to conspire against them. They simply realize that it is an event that has happened, and all that is left to do is to respond to it in a helpful way. They motivate themselves by letting go of self limiting beliefs and beckoning on that inner strength. They give themselves the strength to face their adversities. They give themselves pep talks and encourage themselves to keep going. They accept the challenge. They don't go looking for problems, but are always ready to face one when it arises. They don't try to hide from it or even complain, but simply take it as part of life. They focus on the things they can control rather than worrying about the 99 things they have no control over. They focus on the one thing that they have control over and do their best to resolving that one thing. They preserve. They say when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Mentally strong people are able to stick to their goals through hell or high waters and retain enough endurance to weather the storm when they find themselves in helpless situations. They quit Mentally strong people choose their struggles wisely. They may decide to quit a certain course of action if they realize that it is not worth the effort or would cost them something greater. Mentally strong people have the courage to admit when they are wrong, chasing an inordinate ambition, or have simply missed the opportunity, and they throw in the towel without feeling bad about it. They practice self care. No matter what happens, they realize that they need to be in a good mental, physical, spiritual, and psychological state to tackle the challenges. Hence, mentally strong people practice self care, especially when they are going through difficult times. They shuttle their uh, priorities. In the face of difficulty, mentally strong people make time to prioritize their activities. They decide what goals are worth chasing, and this enables them to use their energy wisely. They don't allow the heat of the moment or the upsurge of the pressure to overwhelm them into taking unproductive or regressive actions. They set up their environment for success through counterintuitive, mentally tough people don't always use their willpower to overcome challenges. For instance, a mentally tough person might decide to unfollow inciting social media pages, hide the cookie jar, or keep their phones in the other room in order to control their impulses. This doesn't mean that they are weak, but that they are wise to conserve their willpower, which is infinite. They help other people rather than obsessing about themselves. Mentally tough people seek to alleviate the suffering of those around them, and this has the effect of helping them rise above their pain and suffering, giving them the strength and courage to persevere and do something about the situation. This also helps keep the spirit of everything high and keep them solution oriented rather than letting the feeling of helplessness and despair take over. They count their blessings rather than complaining and whining. They practice gratitude, and this helps them see life from a clearer perspective, which then enables them to draw strength from the past and also look forward in hope with enthusiasm and confidence. They reflect on the past. They take out time to consider the past in order to learn the necessary lessons and grow from the mistakes and pains. They seek help and support. When things get tough, they do not hesitate to reach out for help. They cry. They properly process their emotions rather than denying their emotions or bottling them up, which is unhealthy. Mentally strong people express their emotions. They cry and rejoice according to the events that occurred. They remain flexible. Perhaps the most important quality of mentally strong people is their ability to adapt to changing times and situations. They don't force things on themselves to feel certain ways or deny reality altogether, but are able to move from one emotional situation and environmental state to another without loss of hope or direction. In summary, being mentally strong is not the solution to everything or any problem per se, but rather an optimal state for attracting or at least enduring difficulties. Also, remember this, it also depends on your personality because people who are outgoing and extroverts, it's easier for them to develop and have a strong mental state. And people who are very introspective and just don't know how to cope when stress happens, that's the one who turns to the alcohol, to turns to the drugs to try to cope. And that's when you have problems. So this is why I often tell someone it is important that you seek out help and get it and are willing to be open to it. Because if you're not open to it, then I don't care how much help you try to get, it won't work.